So I love the e.l.f. camo concealers. They're $8, so I could not help myself with these new e.l.f. soft glam concealers. The excuse that I made was all my concealers are like a warm yellowy tone, so I got these in all cool toned. So they have pink undertones and they even have pink color correctors. So I wanted to do a pink look today with pink blush and all that. So you'll see that I'm starting with the dark pink color corrector instead of an orange color corrector. So I am super excited. And I showed you those Amazon lip brushes that I usually use to place my concealer down. But honestly, the applicator of these is so small and so like just easy to use that I didn't need to use those little lip brushes. I can use the applicator, and that is not common for me, so I'm really excited. For $5, these are great. Color correctors really help you to get a flawless look because they're going to balance out and correct any of that darkness. So before you put, especially if you're going for a brighter under eye look, it really helps to have that like darkness kind of canceled out so that the brightness shines without having any weird gray or darkness kind of fighting against it. I dry down all my liquids so that I get better coverage and it doesn't move around as much. So before I blend, I will always dry down my liquid concealers, and it just helps with a fuller coverage and less moving when I do go to blend it. I want everything to kind of stay exactly where I put it and where I want it. These brushes from Amazon, you pay like less than $5 for 8 brushes, 2 different shapes. Kitten paw and like a round fluffy brush. You can use these for concealer blending like I'm gonna do. You can use these for blending eyeshadow. So just a great deal for like 50 cents a brush. This is also the Real Techniques kitten paw brush that I like to use for blending out concealer. So this is my first time trying this Amazon brush. Yeah, I'm working on me. I'm talking 80 hours, no breaks, plenty of teeth. That's real. You say I can't, oh, that's the BET. Hey, they must think I'm playing. Show me the PPE, I show you how to build a beast. My energy keep me from talking. I switched back to my tried and true Real Techniques kitten paw only because the Amazon one is a little fluffier. So for this, because the concealer's dried down so much, it's a little harder to move. So I needed something that's just a little denser, a little firmer. I still use the Amazon kitten paw blending brushes, and I still actually really like them, but for this I just needed something that was a little firmer, and I think that this color corrector is beautiful. I like a color corrector that corrects but doesn't necessarily like change the color of my skin, so then now I'm stuck trying to use concealer to cover the color corrector. This corrects and does it beautifully, so I love this. Let's say if the world fixed every issue that we have today, you'll still be fighting with those same demons that you fight with. I just want you to see I'm using tapping motions, not swiping motions to blend in. I like a bright under eye, so I layer my concealers. I'll show you, since each of these are $5, I got 4 different ones. So I got all cool family. I got medium, tan, light, and fair, and I'll put them on in order from darkest to lightest. And that way, when I get my super bright under eye, it just looks more natural. It's not harsh. So I'm starting with my tan Cool Now, and I make sure that I put my concealer, I put it, really I focus in the middle of my face, so around my nose and my under eyes. I like to make sure that I'm lifting my face. I like to snatch my face right on up and make it look like I have a facelift. So I make these angled lines that really lift up my outer eyes. And then, of course, I'm doing my under eye. And as you see that I don't do like a huge triangle under my whole eye. I used to do that, like color in basically the entire section under my eye, but I've come to see that I don't need to do all that. Um, it's just it looks cakey, and so I like this because it gives me the coverage that I need without looking too cakey. And again, this concealer is just beautiful for $5 especially. I would absolutely recommend that you get them. And what I love again with that price point is you can play around with different shades, play around with different undertones, and really experiment with them. I see revival breaking on the floor. I pray it makes its way out of the door. In Jesus' name we breaking out of Hades. I might be doing this until I'm 80. I leveled up all the way just to say that. Hey, how you start is how you finish. How you feel like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Stand on business to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, 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 we got no limits, but we got no limits. So again, I'm drying down. You don't have to use a fan. I just like it speed things up for me in this process. Also want to talk about the shape where I put the concealer. So I already talked about my under eye, but I like to snatch my nose. I like to make it thinner and look like I have a whole nose job. So down the middle of my nose, and for symmetry purposes, I think you have to kind of go forehead, upper lip, and chin. You want everything to be very even and very balanced. So that's why I do everything. And again, you kind of see that I go along the center of my face. Everything's really concentrated except for that concealer that's at the outer part of my eye. But again, that's to lift and snatch my face up. But everything else is really kind of focused in the middle of my face. And that is very much intentional. And it's just going to bring balance to the face and really kind of bring your eyes to the middle of my face. Can we just comment on how like natural and beautiful this concealer is? Like it low-key looks like I don't have anything on. It's so beautiful. It blends in so well. Again, this is that tan cool shade, but I really do love how it is that like satiny finish where it's giving me coverage, but it's not like cakey or anything. Send them my regards. Know a couple stuck behind the bars. Racking charges up like MasterCards. I hope in time that they can find a law. They play with God like he ain't coming back. Talking about his art, but not his whack. ESV, I keep for the attack. I took. They ain't coming back. In a real way. 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 Another set of Amazon brushes. You get 12 brushes for like $7, and they're duos, so 2 brushes in one, so a really, really great value. And I really like these for my nose because they allow me to blend, but they're just smaller, kind of more compact brushes so that I can blend very easily in a very tight space. So I've been using these on my nose and loving them. Now I'm doing the same exact process, one shade up or one level up. So I was in tan cool, now I'm in medium cool and doing the same exact thing. I quickly want to talk about why I go up on the sides of my nose when you see my under eye concealer. So that's reverse contouring. Like I said, I like a really snatched nose to make my nose look a lot like skinnier. I had a nose shot basically. So when you come up on the side of the nose with your like highlight concealer, it just helps kind of amplify that contour and really snatches the nose. So that's why you see that I actually come up on the sides of my nose under my eyes. It is very much intentional and helps with just overall snatching my nose right on up. So it turns out that I didn't record like half of this. I thought my phone was on, it was not. So I'm not going to show you everything, but I do this literally 4 times. I use tan, I'm using medium now, then I go in with light, then I go in with fair, doing the same process. I will skip ahead and show you what it all came out looking like. It is beautiful. I will at some point try this again, doing my whole pink makeup look and actually filming the entire thing if you want to see, because I have some other recommendations if you're looking for that cute little baby doll look that everybody's doing. But this concealer is phenomenal, and then I just wanted you to kind of see my process of how I lay my concealer, and I do underpaint. So I'm gonna go in with, my liquid bronzer, my liquid blush, and then I come in with foundation, and it lets me use so much less foundation, and it just looks so much more natural since I started doing it this way. So at some point, I will show you guys that full pink look with all these new pink and cool products that I got.
But worried about high costs and hidden markups? GoodRx now offers monthly GLP-1 subscriptions.
So
All for
again, while I'm
$2 a
blending,
month
just want to
at a surprise
point
price.
out that I am tapping. I'm not like swiping or anything like that. And I hope you can tell just how easy. So kitten paw brushes really make the difference for me because the shape of them just kind of conforms to your skin and just helps you to like kind of push that product in. And when I'm blending, I'm really working. Hope you can tell, like I start with the edges of the product because you're really kind of blending those edges in. Since I'm going to be wearing, so many different things from blush and bronzer and all that, I just really want the edges of everything to be seamless and blend together. So my blending is really concentrated on those edges. And right now I'm underpainting. So you say I don't have any foundation on. So underpainting is when you put on your liquids and creams before you put on your foundation, kind of blend your highlight and bronzer, contour, blush, all that good stuff with liquids and creams in first, and then go in with your foundation. So as you see, I'm kind of just blending that into my skin, so you can't see the line where the concealer starts, and that's what I'm looking for, just a nice blend. And again, it's very simple with the right kind of brush. So I'm going to go in the next shade up, which is going to be the light cool. So I have tan cool, medium cool, now light cool. I'm just working my way up for that bright under eye. If you don't like a bright under eye, you don't have to do this many layers. But I just have found that it gives me bright while still looking more like natural and subdued when I kind of layer it up this way versus just coming in like stark bright. Like I said, I missed recording a whole bunch of this. This is the final look. I was so stressed out because my makeup got messed up. I had to redo it like halfway through. I did do my hair, so I'm sorry. My hair was looking crazy. I have a half wig on and I was doing this whole, I'm going to show you how I did my nail that had fallen off, how I styled this half wig so you could see how easy it is up until until then, like, I had literally just thrown it on my head, as you could tell in the other video, but here I actually did my edges and actually, like, defined my curls. I was so, like, annoyed. I didn't even get a picture of how this looked at the end, but, this was it.